We've entered a new era in this administration where you can't even believe what you see or hear coming from official government accounts or the president himself anymore. Not that you could really believe it before, but a whole different level. I mean, you know what's going on. Earlier this week, we spoke about how Trump's newest hobby is just blatantly posting AI-generated slop onto his Truth Social account and just trying to pass that off as real, or being oblivious to the fact that it might not be, and it is actually him on that video talking about medical
I must
breakthroughs.
have said it. It's right there in the video.
Yeah, the first is a since-deleted video where Trump talks about his MedBed program that can heal any illness, a program that doesn't exist for a product that doesn't exist. And the second is a racist depiction of Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, where Schumer laments the loss of voter demographics while Jeffries inexplicably dances to Mexican music while wearing a mustache and a sombrero.
He actually did that. It's on tape.
Now, in the days since these videos have been posted, the administration has continued playing the sombrero bit, even running videos before White House press briefings that featured Donald Trump dressed up as a member of a mariachi band behind Hakeem Jeffries.
Like multiple Trumps, too. They
Yeah.
can't get enough of it.
No. Vice President Vance commented on the memes, noting how hilariously funny that everyone finds them.
Oh, I think it's funny. The president's joking, and we're having a good time. You can negotiate in good faith while also poking a little bit of fun at some of the absurdities of the Democrats' positions, and even, poking some fun at the absurdity of the Democrats themselves.
I mean, if I had been memed as many times as J.D. Vance, I'd be very careful about what you're doing here, sir.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jeffries and Chuck Schumer just seem to be saying, why is this happening?
He's right. We're Mexican.
yeah. You got me.
It should go without saying that the president and vice president are doing this while the U.S. government is still shut down, and federal workers are either being furloughed or are expected to show up and do their jobs without pay. And while the responsibility for the shutdown rests firmly on the Republicans, who control every branch of government, someone in the Trump administration figured out a cool new way to lie to the public about what's going on. They could just change all of the out-of-office email replies from furloughed employees to a statement that blames their political rivals, the Democrats.
Yeah, it's like a cool built-in mailing list that they already have and can utilize.
Why has no one ever thought of this before?
Because it's
a
illegal.
Blatant violation of the Hatch Act?
Yes.
I don't think so. So at least, this seems to be the case for some Department of Education employees who had their emails changed multiple times without explanation. It's also all the websites for all these agencies.
It's down because of the Dems.
Yeah, the White House sent over and just put this up on the website.
That Mexican Hakeem Jeffries.
This isn't a request. You're doing it.
Yeah.
So here's Wired with more on this. On Wednesday, the first day of the U.S. government shutdown, employees at the Department of Education set their automatic out-of-office email responses to inform recipients that they would be unable to respond until after the shutdown. Hours later, many DOE employees realized their response messages had been altered to contain partisan language without their consent. The automatic reply now blamed Senate Democrats for the entire shutdown.
It's not clear who made the change to email accounts, which was first posted about on Blue Sky by journalist Marisa Cabas. It's disturbing, says a DOE employee who asked to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to speak to the press. Some employees changed their responses back to the more neutral language, only to have it changed yet again to the partisan response, multiple sources tell Wired.
Wow.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah, nice try.
As for the changes, here is one example of an original out-of-office email and then what it was changed to. First, the original. Thank you for your email. There is a temporary shutdown of the U.S. government due to a lapse in appropriations. I will respond to your message as soon as possible after the temporary shutdown ends. Please visit ed.gov for the latest information on the department's operational status. Sounds pretty neutral to me.
Too neutral.
Here's what it changed to. Thank you for contacting me. On September 19th, 2025, the House of Representatives passed H.R. 5371, a clean continuing resolution. Unfortunately, Democrat senators are blocking passage of H.R. 5371 in the Senate, which has led to a lapse in appropriations. Due to the lapse in appropriations, I am currently in furlough status. I will respond to emails once government functions resume.
That whole Democrat thing, that's that's such a weird little tick, weird little dead giveaway that you're dealing with some brainworms, some Going back to like the Rush Limbaugh era, maybe even earlier. They refuse to call it the Democratic Party. It's the Democrat Party.
And then throughout the rest of it, it's like it points out things that weren't in the original email, like, by the way, I'm furloughed as a result of the Democrats' actions.
Yeah.
And then it ends with, I will respond, not in the way that it was previously said, but in a new way that says, when the government's functions return, which I guess would allude to the fact that the rest of the government is crumbling too, at the fault of who?
The Democrat Party.
That's right.
Of course. Mm-hmm. And yeah, the article adds that, like I said, this could be a violation of the Hatch Act, just so that everyone knows this is illegal.
Yeah, we the reason saying this.
The reason this hasn't been done before is that it's not really allowed.
Yeah.
You know, despite the Trump administration doing it anyway, as they are wont to do.
We're just getting that on the record that once
so
again,
clear.
This is something that is illegal.
Yeah, I mean, the umpires are all dead, but you still got to call the balls and strikes just as it comes.
I guess so.
Just for the record, just so we all know how this is supposed to work. But it continues. The department unilaterally and without staff knowledge or consent went in and changed the messages to include partisan language, claims another DOE employee who also spoke on the condition of anonymity. This is particularly problematic because experts have alleged that the partisan language could be a violation of the Hatch Act, which sets limits to the kind of political activity government employees can engage in. Violating the Hatch Act, which is not subject to a statute of limitations, could cause a federal employee to face fines or lose their job entirely. So they're kind of framing all these people
that
for
would
a
be
serious
the
crime.
Mm-hmm.
It's safe to say that this administration doesn't really care much for things like norms or laws or fines or crimes or anything like that. But in many ways, it's almost as if the Trump administration actually likes to shut down the government. And they kind of planned on taking advantage of the extra power that it gives the Office of Management and Budget to destroy democratic programs, agencies, and the careers of people who aren't loyal to Trump.
Yeah, this sounds like something straight out of the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025.
Never heard of it.
Well, that's because the director of the Office of Management and Budget is Russell Vought.
Never heard of him.
The guy who is responsible for Project 2025.
Project what now?
Exactly. I'm hearing this for the first time. Yes, and side note, as Elliot's alluding to, of course you'll all remember last year on the campaign trail when Trump denied knowing anything about Project 2025.
As you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it.
Now, he was obviously lying his ass off back then. We were calling it on him back then and saying, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's followed the entire guidebook.
It was maybe among the many frustrating aspects of how mainstream media reported the 2024 election. This one, they just took at face value every single fucking time, despite how ludicrous it was. There's like, well, Trump, Project 2025, which Trump says he doesn't support and doesn't even know what it is.
He hasn't even looked at it. He's just doing everything in the exact method and pattern that the Project 2025 laid out. And then, surprise, once he got in office, kept doing that.
Who could have guessed?
Yeah, but, who could have guessed that he would have actually been this brazen about Project 2025 a year later? Because during an announcement of his attack on the federal workforce, this is how Trump introduced Vought.
I have a meeting today with Russ Vought, he of Project 2025 fame.
We've all heard of it.
To determine which of the many Democrat agencies, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut, and whether or not those cuts will be temporary or permanent. I can't believe the radical left Democrats gave me this unprecedented opportunity. They're not stupid people, so maybe this is their way of wanting to, quietly and quickly, make America great again. President DJT, he did not thank us for our attention to the matter.
It's hard to tell if that's a real
He's
fuss or not.
ungrateful.
Hold on, though, because isn't firing a bunch of people and destroying agencies that serve Americans a wildly unpopular thing to do for any party that's in power? Yes. And it really seems like Republicans are torn on whether or not it's worth it to use the shutdown to go on another unpopular firing spree. Senate Majority Leader Republican John Thune put out a statement that once again, of course, blamed Democrats, but in a new and exciting way.
Ooh.
One where it's actually the Democrats' fault that a Republican is about to do some extremely stupid shit.
Look what you made me do.
Exactly. From Politico, Senate Majority Leader John Thune isn't endorsing the slash and burn campaign White House Budget Director Russ Vought has planned for the federal government during the pending shutdown. But he says Democrats have no one to blame for it but themselves. Quote, the risk of shutting down the government and handing the keys to Russ Vought, the Senate Majority Leader said in an exclusive interview Wednesday in the Capitol. Vaught's actions also risk being a distraction for Republicans, who have sought to stick to a simple message, putting the onus on Democrats to reopen the government. Pressed on whether Vought was muddying the waters, Thune said, "The only thing I would say about that is yes, and we don't control what he's going to do." And the AP puts it bluntly, the strategic goal is to increase the political pressure on Democratic lawmakers as agencies tasked with environmental protection, racial equity, and addressing poverty, among other things, could be gutted over the course of the shutdown.
Yeah, but like they could be gutted regardless of how it turns out. They want to gut them.
Yes.
Like
This is just a very convenient opportunity for them to do so.
They like 6 months ago, that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
With fucking Doge. It's part of a larger project that they've been wanting to do for decades.
This government shutdown was never going to be averted. This is playing out exactly like they drew it up.
Yeah, and
Because now they get to do this and blame it on the Democrats.
yeah, Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries both fucking suck and should not be in charge of their parties, but they did like meet with the president.
They
like,
did what
multiple
they were
times,
supposed to do.
and then he'd like immediately go on Truth Social and is like, "I just met with two idiotic bozos.
Yeah.
Fuck that."
And like I'm sure the conversations at some point were like Schumer being like, the cost of groceries grocery costs are gonna go up. I know.
Let's see how you feel when your pizza for Super Bowl Sunday costs a little bit more than it used to.
Yeah. And
Retire.
They got problems with the Super Bowl too, which we get to later in the episode. But
Bad what? Is that Bugs Bunny?
What language is he speaking?
God.
This chaos, it seems to really be working in Trump's favor for now. But if you were curious as to why he's been acting so erratically and incoherently rambling through press conferences recently, good luck finding an honest answer on Google's stupid AI assistant, because users are reporting that the site refuses to summarize information related to the president's big, healthy brain. And honestly, we all see a lot of clips of the president saying stupid shit online, but if you haven't sat down and watched an entire press conference recently, it is a wild ride through a feeble mind that can barely keep itself on track.
Yeah, it's different than how it used to be, and it has kind of happened gradually. It's sort of similar to how, like, we pointed out last summer that, like, if you didn't notice Joe Biden's senility, if you didn't, like, if you don't see played back to back with a clip of him from like 10 years earlier, it's not as obvious.
Yeah.
So like the decline is very fucking real.
When
And
you're
the same is
watching
true
it
with
all
Trump.
day, every day, yeah.
Trump in 2016, you watch a video of him talking back then and watch a video of him talking recently, like when he was with the generals in Quantico, and it's kind of night and day. The man is in decline.
It's a grueling experience, but it is a constant reminder that the guy driving our country through a local farmer's market is a 79-year-old who can't get off his phone.
And he will be damned before his kids take the keys away from him.
Nuh-uh. There's a lot more farmers markets in this town. But back to Google, maybe allegedly censoring search results related to the president's cognitive decline. Here's The Verge with more.
Google appears to have blocked AI search results for the query, "Does Donald Trump show signs of dementia?" as well as other questions about his mental acuity, even though it will show AI results for similar searches about other presidents. When making the search about President Trump, AI overviews will display a message that says, "An AI overview is not available for this search." Similar searches about Trump are limited in the same way. Various queries about dementia, Alzheimer's, and senility display no AI overview and only produce a list of links inside AI mode. Google's behavior is inconsistent if you swap in different names.
Yeah, and while this is pretty low on the list of importance, it would be nice for your average slack-jawed American to have the man inside the computer explain to them how the president's brain is doing.
Well, what does Grok have to say?
Exactly. Probably not good.
What about Claude?
Elon Musk would say, please don't ask him yet. We're still getting the bugs out.
Yeah. What about Ani?
Yeah. The president's brain is big, sexy, and she wants to ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take a ride on that brain.
But yes, a lot of people should know that the president seems to not be all there, especially when that president just essentially declared war on drug cartels, which he's been striking with military force down in the Caribbean. The designation of armed conflict with unlawful combatants appears to be an attempt to legalize what they're actually doing, which is currently murdering a bunch of people for being in boats and alleging that they're being killed for crimes that even if they were true, they wouldn't carry the death penalty.
No.
So it's awful, truly awful what's happening. But here's the New York Times. Mr. Trump's move to formally deem his campaign against drug cartels as an active armed conflict means he is cementing his claim to extraordinary wartime powers, legal specialists said. In an armed conflict, as defined by international law, a country can lawfully kill enemy fighters even when they pose no threat, detain them indefinitely without trials, and prosecute them in military courts.
Jeffrey S. Korn, a retired judge advocate general lawyer who was formerly the Army's senior advisor for law of war issues, said drug cartels were not engaged in hostilities, the standard for when there is an armed conflict for legal purposes, against the United States, because selling a dangerous product is different from an armed attack. Yeah. Noting that it is illegal for the military to deliberately target civilians who are not directly participating in hostilities, even suspected criminals, Mr. Korn called the president's move an abuse that crossed a major legal line. This is not stretching the envelope, he said. This is shredding it. This is tearing it apart. The Trump administration has called the strikes self-defense and asserted that the laws of war permitted it to kill rather than arrest the people on the boats because it said the targets were smuggling drugs for cartels it has designated as terrorists. And yeah, even his justification to strike Venezuelan boats in particular doesn't hold up. And that's because the drug smuggling isn't the point. They want to do some regime change with Maduro, which is one of many things they've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. Plus, Trump said out loud, by the way, during a recent meeting with Zelensky, how neat it was that a country at war doesn't need to hold elections.
That was super convenient. Just thought of that.
How convenient for you.
Yes. Could be convenient for me, too.
So this could be one of their many attempts at getting rid of the midterms entirely, even though there's no fucking legal basis for that whatsoever.
There never is. There never is. But right here is where we would have an ad break. But no sponsor today, so guess what?
No sponsor, no!
You're the sponsor! Thank you for watching the show. Thank you for liking the video. But you could also become a paid member of the channel by clicking the join button underneath the video and supporting our show on a monthly basis. It is like $5. We are the cheapest and best streaming service in town.
Are you a bad enough dude?
Or you could leave a thanks. That's also right down there. And everyone in the audience will know how cool you are because it shows up in the comments. Or check out our new merch store at internettodaymerch.com. Okay. Now we can get back to the news, and we'll continue on our theme of just not being able to believe anything anymore with an update on a story with an outcome we called from the beginning. American Eagle and Sydney Sweeney's good genes. Remember that controversy? Well,
very real controversy that was.
It wasn't actually caused by a bunch of insufferable liberals who complained en masse that the joke was done in poor taste and that it was obscenely racist. Instead, it was a perfect example of conservatives using fake outrage and cancel culture to rile themselves up for no reason other than the satisfaction of having a shared enemy. It didn't matter if the stupid, whiny liberals didn't exist because we all had fun, right?
I had a blast.
Yeah. Anyways, the researchers at Open Measures, who produce a series called Outrage Cycle, analyzed this moment. And while the results aren't incredibly shocking, it's good to have solid, detailed proof that this is a trend.
So their full and intricate analysis is linked in the description below, but here are some of the highlights of their study on the Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ad, which concludes that the outrage was a conservative media creation. The cycle began several days after the ad debuted, when conservative political personalities on X amplified a small number of posts accusing American Eagle outfitters of echoing racist tropes in their campaign and asserting that the ad had categorically outraged liberals. As news media outlets began to cover the purported outrage, often highlighting social media posts from random users, political leaders weighed in as well, further amplifying the narrative. Open Measures analysis affirmed prior reporting that online accusations of racism levied at American Eagle's great genes pun had been fringe until conservative figures amplified them in an attempt to disparage their political enemies. These narratives were amplified more frequently and significantly by users on predominantly conservative alt platforms than by users elsewhere. Further, posts about the ad with terms related to political identities like liberal and conservative appeared more frequently than posts with terms related to racist ideologies, and at significantly higher ratios on conservative-leaning alt platforms than elsewhere. Taken together, our analysis suggests that a majority of the vitriol surrounding the ad campaign centered not on the need to criticize the content of the ad itself, but to use the ad as a vehicle to criticize perceived political opponents. And listen, good news, if you did get really mad at Sydney Sweeney about this, you now have an even better reason to get mad at her, because she's dating Scooter Braun.
Yeah. She's not going to turn back around and save the day. There's plenty of reasons to not like her, but this was very apparent. This whole like non-controversy was very apparent because she had just some like whatever movie coming out the week after this, and it totally flopped.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, it was one of those things where, like, listen, I'm not super online, but I heard about the controversy before I saw the controversy.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of weird, because I mean, I feel like at least one of the people I follow would have, exhibited this
some distaste for this.
Yeah, but no, none.
Yeah, it seemed to just be coming from Mr. Prylasek and others in the right-wing media sphere. Some Benny Johnson's probably thrown in there and whatnot. But they go into their methods in their report. But another thing that stood out was how much traction these grievances were getting on conservative social media platforms. Well, just no one was talking about it on left-leaning sites.
I mean, it's that meme of like drawing a bunch of monsters on the wall around you and then hiding from them. They need something to be mad about at every given second of every day. Or then if they don't have that, they're going to have to like think about the fact that they're going to die someday.
or like wonder where their kids and grandchildren are at. Yeah. Notably, several alt platforms with predominantly conservative communities, Gab, Getter, Rumble, and Truth Social, saw posts including terms related to racist bigotries at higher rates than alt platforms with predominantly liberal communities like Blue Sky. About 21% of Gab posts, 13% of Getter posts, 9% of Rumble videos, and 8% of Truth Social posts included a related term. Comparatively, less than 7% of Blue Sky posts did.
Who the fuck is using Getter? I forgot about that one. That was one of the like post January 6th platforms, which like, I feel like that was before Truth. That was before the Elonization of Twitter.
Yeah, it's like what's the point now that Twitter is the cesspool?
Getter is like for the people who posted so hard they got banned from all the other ones, including Truth Social.
Yeah. So, anyways, speaking of pointless outrage, the current cycle involves Puerto Rican pop star Bad Bunny, who was just announced.
Who?
What did you just say to me? Oh, Bad Bunny? No way. No, thank you. Bad Bunny was just announced as the halftime performer for next year's Super Bowl, and it is certainly pissing off a bunch of conservatives, not just random people either. We're talking about the typical grievance squad, including Benny Johnson, who posted the following after the announcement.
This is Bad Bunny. He was just announced as the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. Massive Trump hater, anti-ICE activist, no songs in English. He even canceled his entire US tour for this reason. Fucking ICE could be outside my concert. And it's something that we were talking about and very concerned about. The NFL is self-destructing year after year. And this is like I just said, they always need something to be mad about. And the Super Bowl every year provides that for them. They haven't enjoyed a single minute of football in decades, but they keep coming back just in case it surprises them by putting like Garth Brooks in the halftime show 2025. Lee Greenwood.
That's what I would assume. Yes,
Kid Rock.
Get him out there. But no, it is kind of like an emotional, like a rage purge for Americans. Well, they're just like, this is the one day of the year where I can be so angry about everything that's on TV.
It's similar to...
And everyone has to listen to what I say.
It's like how like Gamergate type people feel about Star Wars, where it's just like, for something you hate this much, you spend a lot of fucking time like keeping tabs on it and watching everything that they release.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like a better use of your time would be, I don't know, talking to your family, finding some hobbies, literally anything else. At this point, it's your fault. You're doing this to yourself.
Every year I scream at the TV during the Super Bowl, and every year there's less and less people at my party.
Yeah.
It definitely isn't me.
Well, it's also COVID. COVID took a lot.
Died from a cold, actually.
Yeah, pneumonia.
Died from the shot.
So it is definitely true that Bad Bunny is concerned about his fans being abducted from his shows, which... understandable.
Yeah.
It's exactly why he said he wasn't going to tour the United States right now. It's a legitimate concern, and it was actually a big deal for him to take a stand like that, considering his influence and the potential risk to his career. Guess it didn't matter, though, because he just booked the Super Bowl.
And Benny Johnson didn't. But hey, in Trump's America, I could imagine a podcaster playing the Super Bowl halftime show.
God. They should do a tribute to Charlie Kirk at the halftime.
Don't give them any ideas, because that is something that might actually happen, especially if the Super Bowl was happening in Arizona.
When they were doing all the sports tributes to Charlie Kirk in the days after it, people got sick of that shit so fucking fast.
Yeah.
It was interesting. After the first day or so, when it first started, people were at least okay, whatever, I'll be reverent now. And it took no time at all before people were like, oh my God, this fucking thing again.
Yeah, because it was kind of it doesn't make sense. In a lot of
he has no connection to the NFL.
Why is this on there?
Not only he has no direct connection to any of these sports leagues, he's probably talked more shit on these sports leagues than he's ever said.
I'm sure he'd have a lot to say about Bad Bunny being announced for the Super Bowl.
What would Charlie Kirk say if he were here today? I mean, probably the same as
deport Bad Bunny.
Deport Bad Bunny back to the country he came from, Puerto Rico. He booked the Super Bowl, and almost immediately, representatives from the Trump administration trolled Bad Bunny by informing him that they will have ICE agents at next year's Super Bowl. Cool. I mean, listen, more ICE agents at the Super Bowl means less ICE agents
down at the Home Depot.
Out on the streets, out at Home Depot, the car wash. So, sure, you should send every ICE agent to the Super Bowl. That would really trigger the libs.
I am convinced, because we're going to get to it, but this is Corey Lewandowski who said this, who is also fucking dating Kristi Noem or whatever.
Having an affair.
I would bet that they do go through with this just so they can all get free tickets to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I saw.
I got to be there to run the show. I'm the...
Roy Wood Jr., the comedian, he's just just show up to the Super Bowl, wear it kitted out like an ICE guy, and they'll have to let you in. So life hack for getting into the Super Bowl for free.
Yeah.
Because they don't have uniforms. They all wear masks and shit.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they carry identification. So you just show up and you're like, I'm ICE. And if they give you any lip at all, you just tackle them to the ground.
Yeah.
You just be ridiculously aggressive with them.
Throw them into a van and leave.
Put some zip ties on them and they'll be like, oh, okay.
You're free to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
This government of ours is constantly coming up with new, stupid ways to be evil. Very exciting. Here's the hill.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, will attend the 2026 Super Bowl, where Puerto Rican singer Bad Bunny is set to perform the halftime show, according to Corey Lewandowski, an advisor at the Department of Homeland Security, and Kristi Noem's boyfriend.
Yep.
There is nowhere that you can provide safe haven to people in this country illegally. Not the Super Bowl and nowhere else. Lewandowski said Wednesday on The Benny Show.
What is he talking about?
Fucking podcast government.
What he thinks? I don't understand.
They're hiding illegals at the Super Bowl is what he's
why?
to.
How would that work? What would be the purpose of that?
Corey Lewandowski, he doesn't care if they're at the Super Bowl or in a crawl space in the attic. He will find every illegal that he needs to.
Okay. You're not going to find any of them. So, yeah, send as many ICE agents as you want, you fucking idiot.
The reporting continues. Last month, Bad Bunny told ID Magazine that he is not performing in the U.S. during his forthcoming world tour due to, in part, concerns over ICE raids at his concerts. Lewandowski, who worked as Trump's campaign manager during the 2016 election, slammed the NFL for picking Bad Bunny to headline the event next year. It's so shameful that they've decided to pick somebody who just seems to hate America so much to represent them at the halftime game, he said. I was at the Super Bowl last year with President Trump. I had the chance to be in Louisiana in his box and watch the game and got to enjoy that, Lewandowski told Benny Johnson. But listen, we should be trying to be inclusive and not exclusive. There are plenty of great bands and entertainment people out there who could be playing at that show that would be bringing people together and not separating them.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, meanwhile, somewhere off in the distance, Trump is calling the NFL and asking why they've snubbed Lee Greenwood for 60 years.
Every year I remember that Lee Greenwood is still alive.
I cannot believe it. I remember
his existence must be like this weird curse because he's presumably written dozens of country songs throughout his long career, and he has been cursed in the final years of his life to just play Proud to be an American.
He's not cursed.
God bless the USA.
He loves it.
At political events.
He's selling Bibles.
I guess.
It's crazy though, but I know that I'm not incredibly old. I'm old, but I remember on Fridays in elementary school, you would have to do the pledge and they would play.
Oh, that's some Florida shit.
I know. I would not be surprised if by the end of his term, Trump replaces the national anthem with the Lee Greenwood song. Just as another mark.
2 terrible songs. Listen, I'm not saying our national anthem's good. It doesn't slap at all. It's a garbage national anthem. Mm-hmm. But this would be worse because
Sure.
of the connotations to it. At least the one we have now, like half of it, you're like, I don't even know what the words I'm saying mean.
Yeah. But it's not just the Super Bowl catching heat recently. The other biggest name in media is also, once again, on the receiving end of some controversy, as Mr. Beast is being forced to defend the act of trapping a man inside of a burning building for money.
Why?
What? Does this look bad?
I was giving him money.
Life-changing money to live inside of a burning building. What? Is that wrong? Here's again, at this point, it's like such a meme with Mr. Beast that I just love the like outsider coverage of it. Like, YouTuber traps burning man inside burning building for
Yeah,
cash.
he's figured out a way to be Jigsaw from the Saw movies in a like socially acceptable way. But he's got to keep he got to keep raising the stakes.
Yeah.
And that's where you end up by like putting people's lives in danger.
Just like Fast and the Furious, once Mr. Beast goes to space, there's just going to be no coming back.
Oh, it's happening.
Here's the BBC. Mr. Beast, the world's biggest YouTuber, has defended his latest stunt video. Would you risk dying for $500,000?
Come on.
Which shows a professional stuntman escape a blazing building while collecting bags of cash. The fiery spectacle sparked fury, as some online suggested it was dangerously irresponsible and could put viewers who might copy the clip at risk.
Okay,
I highly doubt that viewers are going to be like,
Hey, let's burn the house down and see how much stuff we can grab.
if I burn down my parents' house, money will appear.
Yeah. Come on. I hate this shit. Like, children are stupid, but, like, they're not nearly as stupid as the media wants them to be.
Yeah, this is like, it's not there, but it's close to the level of, like, thinking that something like Mythbusters would cause. Like, there's probably a more realistic chance that
What if the kids
someone
go
would
and
hurt
try
themselves.
busting their own myths?
Yeah. There's
Busting makes them feel good.
probably a more realistic chance of someone getting hurt after watching Mythbusters than a Mr. Beast video because they're so grand in scale.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. All right, let's copy this Mr. Beast video. First, I need like several $1 million.
I need a 10,000 square foot warehouse.
In response to the criticism, Mr. Beast, real name Jimmy Donaldson, said, I take safety more serious than you could ever imagine.
Don't ever question my safety standards here at Beast Productions.
I only speak at one volume. Reacting to the backlash, Mr. Beast said, this blew up. If you're curious, obviously we had ventilation for the smoke and a kill switch to cut off the fires. We had professionals test this extensively, and the guy in the video has stated is a professional stuntman. I take safety more serious than you could ever imagine, he said on social media platform X on Monday.
I faked the whole video. Why is everyone so mad at me? It's bullshit.
No, I don't know how to smile, but thanks to the power of AI, I can make myself smile in all my thumbnails now. Have you noticed that? All of his thumbnails are just like totally slop from front to back. They all feature him doing a normal human smile, which we know he is not physically capable of.
Yeah, I have noticed his thumbnails look a bit more glossy lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of gave himself a bit of the Chad surgery via AI.
Whew.
A pinned comment on the original YouTube video added, we also had a pyro team, specialists in fire effects, controlling the fires and multiple fire suppression methods on every challenge to ensure we could essentially turn off the fire if there was ever an issue.
Like, that's not the point. The point is trapping someone in a burning building for money with the implication that the people watching it are seeing someone risk their life for life-changing money.
Yeah, I mean,
someone the implication is that someone is desperate enough to die for $500,000.
Like, the thing is, I don't think this is really all that much more ghoulish than like every other Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's like weird poverty exploitation porn. Like you don't get a Mr. Beast without the society that Mr. Beast exists within already being very sick.
This is no. I think it's funny because whenever the mainstream press reports on Mr. Beast, they're still to this day shocked by everything. But having said that, like, this is no different than anything that's been on American TVs for 40 years.
Yeah.
Like, there's always dumb, horrible, stupid, violent shit that's happening that people are gonna.
It's a little more mindless though. Like, that's
of course.
Like, I
I don't know, mindless. Like,
it is. Have you ever actually tried watching a Mr. Beast video? You should. It like blew my mind because I was like aware of him and aware of like what is, but like if you actually watch a Mr. Beast video, it is like fully turning several knobs in your brain like fully off.
Yeah, that gives me anxiety. There's a Gen Z editing style that really bugs me, and it started seeping its way into more like prominent documentary series where they do too much. They're doing too much.
Yeah, so like in the game show, like reality show world, like they at least try to like humanize and characterize the participants.
Yeah.
And Mr. Beast doesn't.
Some guy's on fire!
He doesn't really do that all that much, which is interesting. It was the biggest complaint about like the Beast Games TV show. It's like, how do you do a TV game show with like 1,000 contestants?
Like, no one cares
it's
about
like,
who the people are.
the biggest problem is just like, I don't know who the fuck these people are. I've been watching this show for like 6 episodes, and suddenly this person shows up, and I'm supposed to care about them.
Yeah. So, yeah, good for him. But wait, here's some good news. An American went over to France and kicked their fucking ass in cheesemongering.
Oh shit! But that's their thing.
I know. You would assume that the French would be the best in the world at handling cheese.
Did he throw like a Kraft single at their faces and it stuck, and they were like, not bad. This probably is really good on a burger. It probably has great melt.
It's visually pleasing. Pleases the eyes.
I will use this to give pills to my dog.
Yes. They do say that, the eyes have a taste bud of their own. And so the visual pleasure of seeing a perfectly melted slice of cheese.
I've never seen a French cheese that was so orange it burns your retinas.
But yeah, you would think an American wouldn't stand a chance against these Frenchies. A red, white, and blue-blooded American just went over there and came back with the top spot in the Mondial du Fromage.
I mean, they're red, white, and blue-blooded too.
But different.
Yeah,
We got more stars in our blood.
that's right. We have stars, they don't.
Here's Dexerto with more. For the first time ever, an American has taken top honors at the World Cheese Competition in France.
Did everyone else just like kill themselves after this?
That's what you would assume.
If you're French, you have to
It's a
commit.
shame.
You have to commit ritual suicide when this happens.
Yeah. Ugh, one last cigarette. Marking a historic moment in one of the industry's most prestigious contests.
And a historic low for the nation of France.
That's right. Emilia D'Albero, a cheesemonger from Philadelphia, won gold at the Mondial du Fromage, often referred to as the Cheesemonger Olympics. And from here on out, that's what they're called. Because I'm tired of pronouncing Mondial du Fromage.
Yeah.
It is now that an American has won,
Yeah.
it is officially titled the Cheesemonger Olympics.
I'll do you one better. Cheesemania.
Yes, Cheesemania.
Cheesemania.
Cheesemania 4. And she did this alongside teammate Courtney Johnson of Seattle. Not really known for their cheese there, although Philly is. So,
Is it?
Philly
Yeah.
cheesesteak.
Well, and they got the cream cheese. That's a
and the
type of
cream cheese, yeah. God, that's got to sting even worse for the French.
Yeah.
And you
How embarrassing.
And you call it a Philly cheesesteak sandwich?
Yeah. Hey, Jacques, you're gonna love this. Look at this. Looks like a typical aerosol can, right? What is this? Some sort of cleaning product? No. Look
Give
at
me
this.
that sandwich.
Look at this. That's fucking cheese in a can, Jacques.
No!
Jacques, cheese in a can.
My eyes!
We put it on sandwiches. Sometimes we just squirt it right into our mouths.
You dirty septics disgust me.
Yeah, scoreboard, bitch. It continues. D'Albero, who began her career in cheese 8 years ago, has built a reputation through her work in Philadelphia and her popular TikTok account, Punk Rock Parmigiano. The Mondial du Fromage brings together top cheesemongers from around the world to compete across 9 different challenges. Contestants face written exams, blind tastings, cutting precision, and even sculpting before presenting a 100-centimeter plateau built around a theme. With her gold medal in hand, D'Albero says she hopes her victory proves American cheesemongers can stand alongside the best in the world. I want people to know that cheese is for everyone. It's not just for the wealthy. It's something that anyone can enjoy. A good cheesemaker will never make you feel unwelcome. Adrian!
That's I don't think that it was intentional, but I love to read that last part as a subtle dig to the French.
Yeah.
A good cheesemaker will never make you feel uncomfortable.
Unwelcome.
Yeah, sorry, unwelcome. Because I'm sure she showed up and was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Philadelphia.
they probably did bully her.
Yeah.
She probably felt really good sticking this in their faces.
Go home and hit the gritty. Anyways, just had to, before the end of the episode, before I forgot this week, toss in this incredible clip.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this.
Just a Freudian slip from Ted Cruz that is on a level...
Didn't even correct himself.
No.
Just kept on going.
Just honestly astonishing, especially at this time during this presidency. It's just it's got to be on his mind.
10 years ago, this would have been like the gaffe heard around the world, and shit's so fucked right now that it managed to like kind of float under the radar.
But Ted Cruz, he is insisting that we stop attacking our beloved homegrown pedophiles.
Yeah.
How about we all come together and say, let's stop attacking pedophiles?
So
there you go. Just a nice little thing to leave off on from our elected officials.
someone check this man's hard drive.
Someone needs to make a cash call to Cash Patel and the FBI about this hard drive. Anyways, that's it for today's episode. Please like the video, leave a comment, reply to a comment. If you're feeling frisky, click the join button, become a member of the channel, and please, if you haven't already, watch our most recent episodes. We got Slop, we got other stuff, we got all kinds of stuff for you to watch. We're coming back with weekly weird news. It's going to be a good weekend. Have fun. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.